Hi and welcome to the AtheistDominion. My name's Rob, and in this video I want to look at mud flood and Tartarian research and to show you why it is all a load of rubbish. Of all the conspiracy theories that have popped up over the years, none is more bizarre and quite frankly absurd than the whole mud flood Tartarian one. What you need to understand first and foremost is that people who believe in the mud flood Tartarian conspiracy theory all believe that there are evil elites who are secretly running the world for sinister purposes. So the thinking goes like this: because the evil elites are running literally everything, it means that literally nothing can be trusted. Scientists, universities, government, historians, intellectuals, all of these groups are liars and manipulators. So in terms of mud flood and Tartaria, put briefly, one day some guy saw a photo of a building on the internet that showed it partly below ground level. Gee, that's weird, he thought. It must mean there was a mud flood that partly buried it. So he shoots a video where he makes up the idea that there was a mysterious worldwide mud flood that occurred for no particular reason and via no known processes that buried towns and cities around the world. Other people watch the video and, because they believe in evil elites, start making their own videos linking the two, viz. The evil elites are hiding the mud flood from us. And not only that, they find photos of grand old buildings and fantasize that these are actually remnants of a vanished civilization called Tartaria. This means these buildings from a previous civilization came first, then there was a mud flood which partially buried these buildings and caused a civilization reset. The rest of us rightly ask, well, what is your evidence for all this rewriting of history? Since these conspiracy theorists don't trust historians and actual researchers because they believe they are in the employ of the evil elites, they are forced to ignore all photos of old buildings being built, designs, journals, newspaper articles, government records, etc. As a result, they don't have any evidence. So what's left for them to do? What avenues are open to them to investigate the past? With their evil elite get out of jail free card, freeing them from the obligation of having to do actual research, i.e. going to their local library, archives, historical groups, etc., the mud-flooded Tartarian believer can only do two things. One, they look at photos of old buildings on the internet and make up stories about them. And two, they film old buildings themselves and make up stories about them. The consequence of this is that you get these poor devils roaming their neighborhoods, filming old buildings and mindlessly proclaiming them to be mud flood and or Tartarian. Or they make interminable YouTube videos where they spend hours merely looking at photos they find on the internet. They're not making any discoveries, they're not revealing the past, they're not proving anything. All they're doing is buying into a pointless and, I must say, idiotic conspiracy theory. And they do all this under the sad and delusional belief that they are actually doing real research. Have these mud-flooded Tartarian believers actually proved anything? No, of course they haven't. Nothing at all. Mud flood and Tartaria are classic examples of how human beings are willing to believe in fantasy and make-believe at the expense of common sense and learning. And that's exactly how religious fundamentalism works. Really, everyone, there's no such thing as mud flood and Tartaria. Nothing at all. It's all made up. It's a YouTube-only phenomenon. It doesn't exist anywhere else. It's not a real thing. It's not even a theory. All right? It's a fantasy only. People want to believe in something and they want to be part of a group that believes in that. That's a very human thing to do. But to the validity of mud flood and Tartaria, there is none. It's a complete fiction. It's no more real than Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Okay, they're fantasies. The sad thing is people believe in it and think that the world and history and science and knowledge should all be bent to make it fit mud flood and Tartaria. Seriously, where is their evidence? If you believe that mud flood and Tartaria is real, you're going to be spending your whole life researching it. And research means not just watching YouTube videos or filming your local 19th century building. There's a lot more to it than that. But unfortunately, you mud flooders and Tartarian believers think that that's all you need to do. You are wasting your time. Sorry, you're wasting your time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you again soon.